Welcome to Thoroughbred Racing action on this Friday afternoon. We have 9 races on the card. We'll send it upstairs to Liam Molinaro with the scratches and the changes.
It's sunny out today at Hollandale Beach, temperature of 80 degrees. No turf races today. The dirt track is fast and the Tapeta track is fast. And they're racing at Gulfstream Park. There goes On the Blink, who catches the eye, goes right out for the front end. Cam's Girl is right there as well. Divine Blue and Holy Spicy there to the inside. Wicked This Way Comes is mid-pack early, carried Milo Flirt out 4 or 5 paths off the fence. Down to the inside, Estrella saves ground 3 lengths clear of Guava Berry, and the trailer is She's tripping. So they head around the clubhouse turn. It's Holy Spicy showing the way. Right there in second is On the Blink with Cam's Girl 3 wide in third. Brat Girl saves ground to the inside, just in front of Divine Blue, Milo Flirt. Estrella's 5 lengths off the lead in 7th. And then it's Wicked This Way Comes, 3 lengths clear of Guava Berry. And the trailer continues to be She's tripping. So the opening quarter went in 23 and 4/5 seconds. It's Holy Spicy along the inside, leading the way 3 parts of a length. Cam's Girl is right there in second now, is inching closer on this leader, 3 furlongs from home. And then it's Milo Flirt third. Brat Girl just biding time in fourth, has 2.5 to find as they round the far turn. It's Holy Spicy and Cam's Girl locked in battle. Milo Flirt's coming to engage 3 wide. And then it's Wicked This Way Comes. Brat Girl sitting chilly under Figueroa, has 2.5 to find and is going to need a way through as 3/4 up in 1:13 and 1 as they come to the top of the stretch. Holy Spicy along the inside. Cam's Girl's going to need more in between horses. Here's Milo Flirt. Wicked This Way Comes. Brat's Girl's trying to find a way through. Estrella's there to the inside. 5 or 6 stacked across the track with a 16th to go. And Brat Girl found daylight. Brat Girl was loaded around the turn, finally found a seam, and she's drawing away to break the maiden by 5. Wicked This Way Comes with second, Estrella up for third, Divine Blue fourth, and 143 and 3. And they're off. Peace Through Strength was acting up in the post parade, and he breaks last. Out for the front end is Message from the King. There's J Square to the outside. Simo's under a hard hold in between runners. G Speedy goes 4 wide into the first turn. Always True saves ground just inside of Trying to Make Sense, and then it's Bobby Bob. A break of another 3 lengths into Mactub. Peace Through Strength has beat 1 runner so far, and that is Kryptonum, who's at the back of the field. So they head up onto the backstretch run. It's J Squared assuming command from Message from the King, who's back to second. A break of another 2 lengths back to Simo, who races inside of G Speedy. 3 more lengths then to Always True, who rides the rail just inside of Bobby Bob. And then it's Trying to Make Sense just in front of Peace Through Strength. And the 2 at the back are Mactub and Kryptonum. So they head for the far turn through a quarter in 23 and 2, half mile in 46 and 4. It's Message from the King to the inside, 2.5 in front now of J Squared is back to second. Simo's under a drive, and then it's G Speedy, Bobby Bob, Always True. Peace Through Strength's going to have to get going, has a lot of ground to make up as they round the far turn. It's Message from the King, who's gotten away 3. Here's Simo, going to try and cut into this margin in second. Bobby Bob, G Speedy, there to the inside is Always True. Trying to Make Sense is under a drive. Kryptonum's trying to launch a very wide rally as they come to the top of the stretch after 3/4 and 111 and 2. Simo's up to the task and takes the lead away from Message from the King. Always True out in the center, trying to rally Kryptonum down the far outside. Final 16th. Simo's got a 2-length advantage. Mactub's trying to weave through traffic, but it's too late. Simo's going to do it. Simo coming to the line, and it got very tight there. Mactub might have nailed Simo on the line.
Any success that we've enjoyed is directly attributable to the men and women who first bring horses to us to sell. You got to have good product. If we're able to attract quality horses to our sale with quality men and women selling them, we're going to have good sales. Everything that we do is going to be to achieve success tomorrow by doing things right today. It's a commitment to get up and do the right thing every day in a consistent and a professional fashion, and that's a great recipe for success long term.
And the rock. She's High Maintenance gets the first call out in the center. Charlie's Beauty's there to the inside. Out wide goes Chilling Factor. So as they link up with the main track, it's Charlie's Beauty heading off for the early advantage. Go Amy's right there as well. She's High Maintenance takes back to third. They're followed by Chilling Factor, who's up on the far side fourth. Classic Ballad is at the fence in fifth. 4 more lengths and back to Lady Monique, and Awesomely Wild is the trailer. So Go Amy now heads off for the lead here. 5 furlongs left to go. Charlie's Beauty rides the rail in second. They went the opening quarter in 23 and 4/5 seconds. And then it's Classic Ballad, who's about 3 lengths off the top, racing third. Up on the far side is She's High Maintenance. They're being followed by Chilling Factor, and Lady Monique and Awesomely Wild are well out of it. So they round the far turn, and they run around to the 5/16. Go Amy's on top by 2.5. Charlie's Beauty is losing ground. Charlie's Beauty's under a drive. Here comes She's High Maintenance coming after to challenge Go Amy. And then it's Classic Ballad, who's under a ride. So they come to the quarter pole. Go Amy and She's High Maintenance. These two are the top two. Classic Ballad's going to try and challenge from third. Half mile was up in 46 and 4. She's High Maintenance has glide up to the lead and takes it away from Go Amy as they reach the top of the stretch. She's High Maintenance past the 3/16, 2 in front. Go Amy's called it an afternoon. Here's Awesomely Wild out in the center trying to produce a challenge. Final eighth of a mile. She's High Maintenance got to finish the job. Has a 3-length head start on Awesomely Wild and Go Amy, and She's High Maintenance will do it. Strolls in to win by about 5 under the wire. Awesomely Wild second, Go Amy third. Classic Ballad held fourth in 139 flat. And the Rock. Tappett's Mischief gets the first call from the far outside as Storm West broke last and spots the field about 15 lengths up the backstretch run. So it's Cooey and Traviesa. These two head off for the early advantage, with Kindness is back at the top two, racing in third. And then it's Tappett's Mischief about 4 or 5 pass off the rail in fourth, just in front of Plum Perfect, and about 15 more lengths back to the slow starting Storm West. So they round the far turn and run around to the 5/16. Cooey and Traviesa locked in battle. Here's With Kindness trying to produce a challenge from third. Plum Perfect's already under a ride in fourth. So they went the opening quarter in 21 and 4. Cooey puts away Traviesa coming to the quarter pole. Here's With Kindness trying to loom the danger on the outside. Tappett's Mischief's trying to get into the race but has a lot of ground to make up as they reach the top of the stretch after a half mile in 45 and 3. With Kindness up to challenge Cooey with an eighth of a mile to go, but Cooey's responding under husbands. These two locked in battle to the 16th pole. With Kindness and Cooey, nothing separates them. With Kindness, Cooey to the inside. With Kindness or Cooey, photo finish. What a horse race that was. With Kindness and Cooey. And the Rock. Good start down inside for Warrior Wayne. Final Drama tries to go right with him. Wanna Be Loved is 3 wide as they head into the first turn. Double Neat settles down in fourth, 4 lengths off the early lead, and then it's Never Say Never. A gap of another 2 lengths into Las Solas, Weinman Tracks, 2 more to Gifted by Design, and Noble Tigers at the back of the field. So it is Warrior Wayne and Wanna Be Loved, these two going at it up top around the clubhouse turn. The opening quarter went in 23 and 4/5 seconds. Final Drama settles down in third, 4 lengths off these dueling leaders. and then it's Double Neat back and forth. 3 more lengths, Never Say Never, and then it's Weinman Tracks. Just in front of the gray, Las Solas, Gifted by Design, is second last. And 3 more to Noble Tiger, who's at the back of the field. So it's Warrior Wayne leading the charge up the backstretch run at 14-1 as Wannabe Love settles down outside in second. Final Drama, Bravo, third on the inside with 4 lengths to make up, 3 furlongs from home. And then it's Las Solas and Never Say Never. Double Neat has to get going. He's got 5 lengths to make up midway around the far turn. So it's still Warrior Wayne up top. Wannabe Love's under a drive now. Here comes Never Say Never. Las Solas just looking for some racing room. He's sitting fourth to the inside. Double Neat's under a furious drive. He's really going to have to get going as they put 3/4 up in 1:12-2. Never Say Never off the turn in front. Las Solas has the rail open. Noble Tiger's also trying to come on for the back. Final eighth of a mile. It's Never Say Never on top by 2. Las Solas, Double Neat is beaten today. It's Never Say Never, final 16th. He's driven out, but he's a winner. Never Say Never by about 4.5 in the end. Las Solas got second, Noble Tiger up for third, very tight for fourth.
At the Thoroughbred Aftercare Alliance, we believe in giving every thoroughbred a second chance.
And thanks to you, the owners, trainers, breeders, and every supporter,
You've created a ripple effect of change that's helping these magnificent animals move on to new careers and safe, fulfilling lives after racing.
Every single donation, whether big or small, is contributing to a brighter future.
But this race is just beginning. Because of you, we have gained incredible momentum and we're ready for more.
And they're off. Dialythic got some early foot out in the center, but Windrush is right there along the rail. There's Smooth Claret in between runners. Out widest goes China Blue, and then it's Diamonds and Thrills, and Pemberley's at the back of the field. So it will be Windrush to carve out the early fractions into the clubhouse turn. Leads it by about a length and a half. Dialythic's racing second. Smooth Claret's down inside third. And then it's China Blue, who has a nice stocking trip in fourth, 5 lengths off the leader. Diamonds and Thrills is second last, and Pemberley trails. 25 and 1/5 seconds, so a real relaxed opening tempo here for Windrush, who heads up the backstretch run just about a length in front of Dialythic, who races in second. And then it's Smooth Claret along the inside third. China Blue's up on the outside in fourth. Pemberley and Diamonds and Thrills continue to bide their time at the back of the field. Windrush leads the charge, just a half mile left to go. The half mile was up on the board in 50 and 2/5 seconds. Dialythic still racing in second. Smooth Claret's down inside third with 2.5 to make up into the far turn. China Blue still racing fourth. Pemberley's gone by one horse. That's Diamonds and Thrills, who's about 10 lengths off front-running Windrush. Windrush into the far turn. Here comes Dialythic, though, as Windrush comes under pressure. Dialythic takes the lead a quarter of a mile from home, and then it's China Blue. Smooth Claret's under a drive and is boxed in between horses. Pemberley and Diamonds and Thrills are going to swing to the far outside as they reach the top of the stretch. 3/4, 1:15 and 1. Dialythic off the turn in front. Windrush is trying to shoot through that gap to the inside. China Blue is right there as well. Final eighth of a mile. Dialythic and China Blue with Windrush at the fence. China Blue gaining the upper hand, and it will be China Blue to score. Windrush got second, Diamonds and Thrills up for third, Dialythic fourth. And they're off. Slow start for Blazing Tyreek. A fast start to the outside for What's the Matter for You, who clears off and leads by 3 out of the main track. Sunday Songs out racing second. 30-pound test up on the outside third. Moving at the rail is Migratory along with Blazing Tyreek. They're clear of Venezio, Moral Agency, and He's a Daredevil is at the back of the field. So What's the Matter for You leads the charge up the backstretch run, is in front by 3. 30-pound test, the big favorite, is 3 lengths back in second, and then it's Sunday Song. Migratory to the inside. Venezio, Blazing Tyreek, 5 lengths clear of Moral Agency, and he's a daredevil. What's the matter for you? Blazing around the far turn, past the 3/8 in front by 4. 30-pound Test is coming to challenge in second, and then it's Sunday Song. Migratories along the rail, has 8 lengths to make up in fourth. As they reach the quarter pole, What's the matter for you is on top by 3. 30-pound Test looms the only threat. Migratories at the fence in third. As they come to the top of the lane, What's the matter for you is 35-1, and he's in front by 5 with 1/8 of a mile to go. Trying to spring a huge upset. 30-pound Test is second. He's driving, but he's second best today behind What's the Matter for You, and a huge upset. 30-pound Test was second. Migratory third. Got very tight for fourth in 1:16.3.
They're off.
And they're off. Fast start for the outside for Banneker and Mr. Narcissistic. Neophytes right in the top mix as well. As they head up the backstretch run, Psychedelic Shack, Banneker right there 1-2. Mr. Narcissistic is racing third. Sharpazano, Neophyte fourth and fifth. Then we come back to 3-0, who's 3 lengths in front of Foul Furious and Fast Fixter. So they hit the far turn run, Psychedelic Shack and Banneker with a rapid opening tempo here. 21-1 was the opening quarter. Mr. Narcissistic, a nice stocking trip from third. They're followed by Neophyte in fourth. Fast Fixers getting into the race, but has a lot of ground to cover as they reach the top of the stretch. Banneker and Psychedelic Shack. Mr. Narcissistic comes to make it 3 in a line as they come for the 8th pole. Fast Fixer is charging up the inside, but still has 4 or 5 lengths to make up. Mr. Narcissistic is drifting about, but he has the lead. Neophyte, Fast Fixer. Mr. Narcissistic has the lead deep stretch, and it goes to Mr. Narcissistic. And they're off. It was a slow start for Aunt Jossie. One moment was off swiftly from the far outside. Moonbeam Ice Cream, here comes Valiant Honor shooting out to take the early advantage from Moonbeam Ice Cream is back to second. There's B&D. In between horses is Mario Sweet Girl. Up on the far side comes One Moment. As they head up the backstretch run, Valiant Honor has come through along the inside to take a clear lead by 2.5. Moonbeam Ice Cream's racing second, and then it's Mario Sweet Girl. Out widest goes One Moment. Kawama's advancing towards the fence. B&D just got shuffled back just in front of Champagne Melody, and Aunt Jossie is the trailer. 22 and 2/5 seconds was the opening quarter. Valiant Honor putting pedal to the metal, speeding to the 5/16, 7 lengths in front of Moonbeam Ice Cream, who's racing second. Kawama's down inside third. They're followed by Mario Sweet Girl. But as they come to the quarter pole, it's a 1-horse race so far. Valiant Honor at 3-5's. Gonna try and hold off this charge as they reach the top of the stretch after a half mile in 45-4. Kawama's second. Down towards the inside, Moonbeam Ice Cream out in the center. Mario Sweet Girl. But it's all Valiant Honor. Valiant Honor coming down to the final 16th. Kawama's ran into second, but Valiant Honor makes 3-5 look like easy money, strolling in to take the nightcap by about 10. Kawama got second. Mario Sweet Girl up for third. Very tight for fourth in 1:19 flat.
That wraps up Friday racing action here at Gulfstream Park. We're back with you on Saturday with a card of 11 here at beautiful Gulfstream Park.